Breakups are tough, like soul-crushingly tough. But you know what? They can also be incredibly enlightening. It's like that moment when you're finally free from something that's been holding you back, and you can finally see things with a new perspective. Stay tuned, because some of these might just hit home for you. We've all been there. You're hurting, you want things to go back to how they were, so you apologize. But sometimes, sorry just isn't enough. When someone continually disrespects you, an apology loses its meaning. Walk away knowing you deserve better. Set boundaries, know your worth, and refuse to settle for less. Reclaim your self-respect and create space for someone who will treat you right. Ever noticed how someone's insecurities often rear their ugly heads in a relationship? They get jealous easily, constantly need reassurance, or maybe even try to sabotage your success. It's like they're projecting their own fears and doubts onto you. People are only truly insecure when they know deep down that their partner deserves better. It's that nagging feeling that they're not good enough, that you could easily trade up, and that terrifies them. Think about it. True confidence comes from knowing you're valued, cherished, and adored for who you are. So the next time you encounter someone who's riddled with insecurities, ask yourself this: is this their baggage to carry, or a red flag waving right in your face? You can't convince someone to keep loving you. It's simply not how love works. Love is a choice made every day. If they stop loving you, you can't change their mind. Trying to win them back won't lead to happiness. It only creates resentment and loss of self. Accept their decision and walk away with grace. You deserve someone who chooses you every day. After a breakup, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming your ex for everything that went wrong. And while they might have played a part, it's crucial to acknowledge that there's always two sides to every story. Ask yourself, what role did I play in this? Were there any patterns in my behavior, communication style, or choices that contributed to the downfall of the relationship? Remember, self-awareness is key to growth. It's about being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, so you can learn from your mistakes and create healthier relationships in the future. If there's one thing I've learned about relationships, it's this: if you're not a priority now, you never will be. It's that simple. People make time for what matters to them. If they're constantly canceling plans, forgetting important dates, or putting other people before you, that's a clear sign that you're not high on their list. Don't fool yourself into thinking that they'll magically change, that they'll suddenly wake up one day and realize your worth. The truth is, people rarely change their fundamental nature, especially when it comes to priorities. Know your worth. Don't settle for being someone's option when you deserve to be their priority. You know, those relationships that are a constant roller coaster of drama, arguments, and makeups, the ones that leave you feeling emotionally drained and completely exhausted? Here's the thing. The longer you entertain chaos, the longer you postpone peace. Holding on to a relationship that's toxic, unhealthy, or simply not serving you is only delaying your own happiness and well-being. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to walk away from the chaos and create space for peace, serenity, and genuine connection. Ever had someone hate you with such intensity that you're left wondering what you did to deserve it? They badmouth you to mutual friends, spread lies, and seem to relish in your misery. Here's the truth. Sometimes, people hate you because they see in you what they hate about themselves. They project their own insecurities, flaws, and unresolved issues onto you, making you the scapegoat for their own unhappiness. Don't waste your time trying to understand their hatred or trying to win them over. Their anger stems from a place of deep-seated pain and self-loathing, and that's something you can't fix. We've all been guilty of this at some point, falling for someone's potential. We see the good in them, the person they could be, and we cling on to that hope, even when the reality is staring us right in the face. But here's the thing. Potential is great, but it doesn't pay the bills, and it certainly doesn't create a fulfilling relationship. If someone isn't meeting you where you're at now, if they're not putting in the effort, if they're not growing alongside you, then it's time to reconsider the relationship. Don't waste years of your life waiting for someone to become the person you think they can be. Choose someone who's already on the same page as you, someone who celebrates your growth and supports your dreams. This one's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. The person who wants the relationship the least has the most power. It's the brutal reality of love and relationships. Think about it. When you're head over heels for someone, you're more likely to overlook red flags, compromise your values, and put up with bad behavior. Why? Because the thought of losing them is unbearable. On the other hand, the person who's less invested has the upper hand. They know they can walk away at any moment, and that gives them a certain level of control. We've all encountered red flags in dating, those gut feelings, those nagging doubts, those moments when something just feels off. But often, we choose to ignore them, convincing ourselves that we're overthinking or that things will get better. Here's the thing, red flags are not suggestions. They're warning signs, flashing lights telling you to proceed with caution. Ignoring them only leads to heartache, drama, and a whole lot of wasted time. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. It's better to walk away early than to regret it later. Breakups have a funny way of revealing people's true colors. The way someone behaves after a breakup can tell you more about their character than months of dating ever could. Do they handle the situation with grace and maturity, or do they resort to pettiness, anger, and blame? Do they respect your boundaries, or do they try to guilt-trip you into coming back? Pay attention to their actions. How someone treats you when they have nothing to lose speaks volumes about who they really are. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Someone can be a great person, a kind soul, a wonderful partner, and still not be the right person for you. Why? Because sometimes it comes down to compatibility. You can have amazing chemistry, share similar values, and have a deep emotional connection. But if your life goals, ambitions, and visions for the future don't align, the relationship is ultimately doomed to fail. It's about finding someone who compliments you, challenges you, and supports your dreams, someone who wants the same things out of life as you do. So there you have it. 12 eye-opening lessons that breakups can teach us. If any of these lessons resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear these truths. And remember, every breakup, no matter how painful, is a step closer to finding the right person for you. It's an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and a chance to create a love that's truly extraordinary. Stay strong and keep learning.